Of course we're going to talk about the Bayern Munich game, but I did say when I began this channel, yes, we talk about Celtic and everything related to Celtic. And it's unfortunate that I am going to start this video on a negative. What's happening, Celtic family? I hope you're all doing well out there. And as you can see by the intro, yes, it is unfortunate. I am going to begin this video with a negative. But after we get the negative out of the way, we will talk about the positives. And we will talk about that big game on Wednesday night. It is now Thursday, the day after the night before. By the time you see this, this will probably be Friday. And I did say to you on Tuesday it would be Thursday or Friday that I came out with another video, because I've got motherfucking work to do and YouTube does not pay my bill. So if you can get me to 100,000 subscribers by Monday, that might change. Thank you very much. I sat down on my seat and I have a lovely woman called Marion that sits right beside me, her and her family, and they have done for the best part of 10 years. And we got into a conversation before the game started, and she brought up the situation of Liam McGrandles. Now, this situation, from what I hear, I tried to go back home that night and look it up, but I think the posts have been taken down. But from what I've made out and from what I can see, Liam McGrandles was getting basically just dog's abuse on social media about him playing at Celtic Park. And I'm going to read to you what I've came across, what Liam put up. If any of you don't know the situation, then I will go into it a wee bit more detail, but I think Liam obviously talks about it in his post. Just a wee post to address the mad hate that came my way yesterday. I decided to pull the gig this morning myself, as it's just not worth the grief I was receiving. I understand that the pre-match gig isn't everybody's thing, but some of the stuff was nasty and personal. To get it from fellow Celtic fans was a punch in the gut, to be honest. I've worked extremely hard for nearly 20 years to get into this position of being offered a gig like that. A gig I was never going to knock back. I'm a normal guy who sings in pubs every weekend to provide for his family. I'm not a multi-millionaire living in a bubble. I've got a family that would have saw all of that last night. I've seen this platform becoming a bit of a cesspit over the years, and so I tend to avoid it. I just say to the faceless accounts that piled on to slaughter me, be careful, as it could be yourself on the receiving end one day. It's not nice, I'm a big boy, and this isn't something that will stop me doing the job I love. Listen, I could approach this in a more sensitive manner, but it seems like people just don't seem to give a shit. That's the thing. They don't care on Facebook who they're upsetting, who they could potentially be hurting. So therefore, why should I come on here and really give a shit? Because that type of thing, Liam McGrandles, when he says, and it's big of him, that he's a big boy and he can take it, but his family shouldn't see it. I totally get that. I totally understand that. But he shouldn't have to put up with that. He should not have to put up with that. The fact that that guy cancelled his gig last night at Celtic Park, which is a dream for many musicians, including myself. I came out with the song Boys in the Green. Now, I've not came out with a back catalogue, but I came out with the song Boys in the Green. If I got the opportunity to sit there and sing that at Celtic Park, my God, and there wouldn't be anyone who's coming on and saying anything about my song that would turn that against me. I would go. But Liam has played there plenties of times, and this time he found that he just couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it to his family. I hope whoever's went on there and done that you are feeling a bit of accomplishment today. I hope that you feel that you've accomplished something, because that must have been the reason for it. Now this guy, as he said, goes out, plays in pubs and clubs, trying to provide for his family. Not only provide for his family, but he's going out there to try and bring a bit of joy to fellow Celtic supporters who are in these pubs and clubs. A bit of fun, a bit of joy, but plus make a bit of money so he can pay for his family to do normal family things to pay the bills. Now, he doesn't need that. He doesn't need that. If you don't like Liam McGrandles' music, simple. Don't fucking listen. But there's plenty of people out there who do. There's plenty of people who want to hear Liam McGrandles. There's plenty of people who would have been quite happy to sit in Celtic Park last night and have a sing-along with Liam McGrandles. Now, when we were speaking about this, myself and Marianne last night, she came out with a brilliant statement. She says, I'm from an era that if you've not got anything nice to say, just don't say anything at all. And I absolutely echo that. I'm from that era because that era wasn't that long ago. But now is exactly what Mike Tyson says. We live in an era where people can go onto social media, say whatever it is that they fucking want and not get punched in the face for it. I hope that these people, what they call is trolling. It's not trolling. It's fucking bullying. It's bullying. And I don't care whether you're 10 years old and you're bullying this man who's an older man. I don't care. It's bullying. It's exactly what it is, and I can't stand bullies. Now, when Liam puts his face in front of a camera or puts himself out there, he will know fine well that he is putting himself in there and he is up for scrutiny. That's what happened. Exactly the same as me. I put my face in front of this camera, but I come on here and I say what I think, and I do put my face in front of it. Whereas there's many a keyboard warrior sitting there typing away who, by Liam's statement there, can't even put a profile picture up. Listen guys, I jump on here every time and say, what's happening Celtic family? Because that is what I believe. And that is how Celtic is. It's a family. Now I can't say too much. Boys in the Green got an absolutely amazing reaction, and the support I got from it was phenomenal. The support that I am getting from this YouTube has been phenomenal. We're almost about to hit 2,000 subscribers in about a month and a half. Amazing. And I'm so glad that yous are supporting me in that way. But is that to say that it hasn't came with hate? Of course it has. There has been a small minority. It's the same with Liam. It's a small minority. But there is still people there. I got it when I put out Boys in the Green. But the thing is with me, I really couldn't give a flying toss. Because I will always do me. Always do me. I didn't have any intentions of putting Boys in the Green out. I put it up on my TikTok page one time because Chris Boyd was doing my absolute head in about something. And I was raging. Instead of coming on and shouting and swearing on TikTok, I thought, I've got a song for this. That grew arms and legs, and people kept on private messaging me, asking me to release it. When I released it, it done well. But also there was comments there that people could have took, and it could have been maybe hurt their feelings. For me, I'll be honest, it didn't. That type of shit only drives me forward. That's why I have my own business. That's why my business does alright. Because when people tell me I can't fucking do something, I go out there and do it. But listen, with Liam's obviously got to that point where enough is enough. And he couldn't take it anymore, and he couldn't put his family through it. So then, people who were trolling or bullying, I hope you feel really, really happy with yourself. I really do. I really hope that you got something from it, because if you didn't get something from it and you've just made him feel like shit and made his family feel like shit, then it really wasn't worth it, was it? But listen, I want to send out my wishes to Liam. Liam, if you see this, please mate, do not let this get to you. As you've said in your statement that you won't, and that's amazing to hear. I started this YouTube because I have plans. I want to put on music events under Boys in the Green. I want to put on Celtic events where we can get everybody together, this massive Celtic family community, and enjoy it and embrace it, being a Celtic supporter. And Liam, my man, when that happens, you will definitely be on the list to come and play a few songs. 100%. Keep the head up. And Celtic family, keep supporting each other. Because we're nothing like that mob from across the city. That's the type of shit that mob from across the city would do. We're nothing like them. Our attitudes are completely different. Keep supporting. Keep showing the love to not just me, not just Liam, but everybody who goes out there, takes the time to make Celtic content on YouTube, puts out Celtic songs, sings Celtic songs, hits all the bars, the clubs. Because ultimately, they're out there doing a good thing, they're trying to entertain you, and they don't deserve to be knocked down for it and taken down. We're all in this together. We're a Celtic family, and we always will be. So listen, I'm sorry I had to begin this on a negative, but I had to say something. I had to say something. I'd seen that people had posted up, but nobody had jumped on the camera and said, I had to say something. I'm not being myself if I don't say something, because it really was playing on my mind today. It really, really was. I don't know Liam. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. So it's not like he's my mate and I'm on here and I'm backing him up, right? But listen, it was annoying me today. I had to say something. It's out the way. So let's talk about Celtic versus Bayern Munich. Let's talk about the first half. Celtic couldn't have got off to a better start. First few minutes in the game and the ball's in the back of the net. Nicholas Kuhn cutting in on the inside, letting one go. The ball's in the back of the net and the whole place absolutely erupts. I look over to the linesman and he's got his flag up. The whole place is a bit deflated. But listen, I look back at it, didn't really see what had happened at the time. I just seen Nicholas Kuhn letting one go and then the ball being in the back of the net. But it looks like Adam Mida, I don't know if Adam Mida's offside. He looks like he is a bit offside, but he's in the way of the goalkeeper. I don't know. These rules change all the fucking time and I cannot keep up with what is going on in football these days. But listen, I think we were quite hard done by. But going by whatever rules that they've got, that was allowed to be disallowed. And that's fine. We can't complain with that. That's fine. That's what happens. But you definitely felt the atmosphere go up a peg or two when that had happened, because that gives you a bit of confidence. That gives you a bit of confidence to go, okay, listen, Bayern Munich, good team, but maybe they're not that good. Maybe we can do something here. But listen, we all knew what was going to happen. Bayern Munich were going to find their stride and come into the game. And that they did. That they did. For most of the first half, they had all the possession. And Celtic had to do exactly what I thought they would have to do. They would have to defend for big periods of that game. But in that first half, I thought Celtic really stifled the attack pretty well, keeping Harry Kane, apart from that header at the back post when it came in for the corner and he headed it and he missed it, which he probably should have scored, but he didn't. I thought Celtic kept Harry Kane pretty quiet in that first half. Don't get me wrong, Harry Kane's a great player and he's got a way of holding the ball up and passing it on and making runs. And he's very dangerous and we all know that. But I thought Celtic handled him very well. And listen, the goal for Real was just an absolute fucking belter. It really was. What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? Not much. Absolute belter of a goal. And sometimes you just got to tip your hat and go, well done. But I thought Celtic's first half performance was pretty good. I did turn round to my son at one point and say that, listen, we're playing well, we're defending well, we're keeping it tight, we're keeping it compact and trying to hit off the break. But I just felt like Celtic could have been a wee bit more aggressive on the press. Now, you don't want to press too high and you don't want to do too much because Bayern Munich can spot an opening and open you up like that. We all know that. But I thought when the ball was getting played out from the back from Bayern Munich, I thought Adam Idah could have pressed a wee bit higher. He could have been a bit more aggressive. And there was points in time in that first half where he did do that. And when he did do that, I thought that back line in Bayern Munich started to go, what the fuck is going on here? And really got a bit of a shock. And when he done that and kind of imposed, because listen, Adam Idah's a big physical guy. He's got a presence about him. He's a big, strong lad. And when he got in there and started tackling and was doing the dirty stuff a wee bit better, I thought that's when Adam Idah is at his best. And going into the second half was pretty much the same as the first half, with Bayern Munich kind of dominating the ball and having a lot of the possession at the start of the second half. And they got their rewards by the way of a Harry Kane volley. Listen, an absolute brilliant volley, very well taken, but that's what the best striker, or one of the best strikers on the planet, can do. But let's have a quick look at this video of how that goal came around.
Miss, but Celtic had enough warnings there. I do not understand this. The one player you do not leave alone inside the box is Harry Kane. Celtic do. And it's a really smart finish, left foot volley from Harry Kane, but yeah, Celtic got what they deserved.
And what's infuriating about that second goal is just how much space Harry Kane has got there. It's just madness. How the best striker, or one of the best strikers on the planet, is able to get that amount of room with nobody marking him. But the funny thing is, the corner before that, Alistair Johnston was on him. So why he's just left him there to his own devices? The ball has just floated in perfect for him. And as he says, he's on his own. I watched an interview with him and he said that he was actually shocked at how much room he had. And he just lets one go. And listen, that's what happens. That's what happens. A player like Harry Kane is never going to miss them kind of opportunities. He's not. I know he said in his interview, sometimes when these opportunities come where it's quite an easy opportunity, it can go either way. But he's never going to miss that opportunity. So therefore, you're 2-0 down, and I'm going to be honest, you're thinking, that's it. There's no way back. But 60 minutes comes and Brendan Rodgers doing what he normally does and starts to make a change in the way of taking Adam Idah off, putting Maeda through the middle, and Jota out on the left. Look, listen, I know there's a lot of people who thought that that's probably the starting lineup. We probably should have had Maeda through the middle, Kuhn on the right and Jota on the left. But I've got to disagree. I was quite happy with putting Idah up the top. I said that before the game started. That's what I thought he would go with. And I don't disagree with it. I think Idah has been on form recently. Look what he done against Aston Villa. Now, you can sit there and say, yeah, but Aston Villa and Bayern Munich and the way Maeda's playing right now through the middle. And there is a perfectly great argument for all of it. And the thing is, if he had started Maeda through the middle, Kuhn on the right and Jota on the left, I don't think anybody would have sniffed at that at all. And I don't think there would have been any complaints whatsoever. But there also wasn't any complaints with me with starting the way that he started. The thing is with Idah, I know I said that Idah could have done a wee bit more, he could have been a wee bit more aggressive, but the thing is with Idah, he comes short really well, holds the ball up until other players can get up, and then he tries to move it on. And I thought at times in that first half he did do that really well. I thought he done it really well as well in the second half, just being that physical presence to get the ball to hold the ball up, and then for Maeda or Kuhn to make the run. But listen, I was absolutely over the moon to see Jota come on. And I thought he did make an impact. The way that Jota runs at defenders, and it doesn't matter whether you're playing Bayern Munich or who you're playing, he will do the same thing. And I thought he made a massive difference, and especially with Maeda going through the middle. And it's so good right now having Maeda through the middle. But I do believe that Idah is still that guy that should be in that position at the minute, because over the last few games, and since, I hate mentioning him all the time on this channel, but Kyogo has left, he really has shown why he deserves to get a start. Now, it didn't work out for him that much against Bayern Munich, but I thought he still was a good presence up there, but you did see a massive change with Maeda going through the middle and Jota out on the left. Now, it wasn't long after that Brendan Rodgers actually decided to make another change. And that change got a few groans around the stadium. Maybe including myself a wee bit, if I'm honest, because he took off Nicholas Kuhn to put on Yang. Now, Yang has been on form domestically, but coming up against Bayern Munich is a completely different story. So I could understand the frustration on why Yang was coming on and Kuhn was going off, because I didn't think Kuhn had a bad game. He played pretty well, but my God, I honestly thought Yang was brilliant when he came on. I thought he was really good, and the thing is, it's so good to see that he's coming on to a game where he's starting to prove himself, not only domestically, but in Europe. And if you're going to prove yourself in Europe, you may as well do it against Bayern Munich, one of the best teams on the planet. I thought he made a massive difference. I thought the way that he ran at defenders, I thought he was involved in everything. He showed aggression, whereas we weren't kind of seeing that with some other players. With Kuhn, maybe the aggression wasn't quite there, but you know, with Kuhn, his flair and the way that he hits the byline, the way that he can cut in, that's amazing. But I thought that Yang came on and showed a lot of aggression and really wanted to try and make things happen. And he got his way because he got an assist again. He's involved in goals and assists, which is amazing to see. So good to see. And I did say, I'm just going to put it out there, I did say that there is a player in there. And it's so good that now, when Yang comes off the bench, that I do believe now that there won't be so many moans and groans. He needs to continue doing this on a consistent basis. I understand that. And that is what I said in a video a while back, that, okay, brilliant, he's on a bit of form, he's playing well, but consistently he has to do this. And he's done that over the last sort of 3-4 games domestically, then putting him in against Bayern Munich and holding a really good account of himself will do him the world of good and do him absolutely no harm when it comes to picking who Brendan Rodgers is going to put on at times, because he's not a starter for Celtic, not right at this present time. But listen, Nicholas Kuhn could be away in the summer. I hope I'm fucking wrong with that. I really do. But he could be away in the summer. And that's when you're really needing Yang to step up to the mark. Again, I thought Yang played really well, and he got his rewards for playing so well by putting a ball in to Daizen Maeda, and Daizen Maeda being where Daizen Maeda should be and doing the things that Daizen Maeda does. And the guy has been absolutely phenomenal for us. I thought he actually wasn't quiet. I just thought in the first half and even some of the second half when he was playing out in the wing, he just didn't look like himself at all. And I said that to my son halfway through, and he just thinks that he wasn't getting the service that we're sort of used to Daizen getting. And that's probably true. He probably didn't get that sort of service that we're used to Daizen getting. So I kind of thought that he was quiet in that aspect because he maybe just wasn't getting the service that we're used to seeing him get. But he was a ball of energy when he went into the middle of the park. And I do believe that Daizen Maeda is maybe feeling a lot more comfortable in the middle there, because he's getting a lot of goals. His work rate, doesn't matter whether he's fucking on the right-hand side, in the middle, a goalkeeper, his work rate is absolutely phenomenal. But listen, getting beat by Bayern Munich 2-1 at home is absolutely no embarrassment, and I thought Celtic really did hold a very good account of themselves. And we go over to the Allianz Arena with a wee bit of hope that maybe we can get something from the game. Look, listen, if we're being real and we're being honest, it is such a hard and tough ask to ask Celtic to go out there and really do something in the Bayern Munich backyard. But listen, we got that goal, that keeps us in the tie. If it had been 2-0, it would have been extremely hard. We need to go out there and we need to score a couple of goals and hope that they don't score, which is going to be massive for us and such a hard ask for the team to go out there and do that. But listen, it keeps the dream alive, and that's what we want. We wanted to go into this second tie with the dream just being alive, just even a little bit. And that's what we got. But listen, this whole run and that performance on Wednesday should make every Celtic supporter across the globe so proud, because I walked out of that stadium massively proud of that team. Massively proud of that team. I even had a Rangers supporter today tell me, listen, fair play Celtic, man. They gave Bayern Munich a game. And they did. And I am so proud of this team. I really am. And all we wanted to do, and what Brendan Rodgers said, what he wanted to do when he came back, he wanted to be competitive. He wanted to give the big teams a good run for their money. And I believe 100% he has achieved that. The team have achieved that. And us as Celtic supporters should be absolutely delighted. But listen, guys, you don't need to listen to me waffle on anymore. Please stick in the comment section anything that you want to go over that we've talked about on this video today. As I always say, I love having you guys involved in the channel, and I will put your comments up and we will go over them. I have got a busy few days, but I will definitely get round to doing a video where we start speaking about your comments. It is always good to read what you guys think, because listen, I'm just one Celtic supporter on here giving my opinion, and that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm right in what I'm saying, and some of the times I'm not, but it's so good to see what you guys are saying. As I said, I'm trying to build a good community here that we can all come on, have our say. So leave in the comment section what you are thinking about Celtic's performance and what you thought about Celtic in the Champions League so far, and what you think about next week and how you think we will approach the game. But listen, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you didn't, thank you very much for wasting your time. It is massively appreciated. Please smash the subscribe button below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe, Celtic family. Hail, hail. Take it easy.